Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Morning Game & Watch Shop, episode 7.3. It's hi, Rob. This is Dom.
Hey.
Thanks for joining us here for the second half of episode 7, where we're going to be talking more about games, because the earlier half is more so about videos and film and all that kind of stuff. So without further ado, the Morning Game & Watch Shop is a weekly show. Actually, it's a 4-part series that comes out weekly. Again, first half is about TV and film. Second half is about video games, all the nerdy culture that goes into it. If you like it, make sure you guys subscribe, push that thumbs up button, and comment down below. Let's get into the show. What you been playing, man?
Oh, I've been getting really into, my gosh, what's that one that David plays all the time?
Heroes of the Storm?
Heroes of the Storm.
You really got
finally just decided that I was going to try a Blizzard game out. And after years of neglecting them, I finally became a follower. Yeah, Heroes of the Storm, I actually like it. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's just like League of Legends. League of Legends is a bit more, I don't know. This one seems a little bit more user-friendly. I mean, everything, the premise and everything is basically the same.
That's what I've heard.
But it's easier to play. It's easier to play. It's funner. You know what I mean? The characters are a little bit more livelier. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just something about it, you know? I can't really pinpoint what it is that makes me enjoy it, but... You know, I've been playing the last 2 nights. I think I'm at level 3 now.
Have you tried League of Legends?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to play League of Legends with my buddy all the time.
Okay. Interesting. And are you liking it more? You liking Heroes of the Storm more than League of Legends?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. You guys might not know, but we actually got a new employee. His name's Nick. He's over there. He's making sure he's writing down time signatures and everything like that, making sure that things are running smoothly. He's not going to come on camera because he's just too embarrassed to be on the camera. He doesn't like the cameras kind of stuff. So yeah, if we're asking questions that way, it's because he's over there. But yeah, real quick, Nick, do you like League of Legends more so than Heroes of the Storm, or do you like Heroes of the Storm more so than League of Legends? You like Heroes of the Storm more? Okay. Well, the thing is that I've heard that Heroes of the Storm is more friendlier than League of Legends, and the only reason why is because League of Legends is way more precise, dude. It's more so like, gotta get the last kill or you're not gonna get the point. And I heard, but this is based off of different people, David being one of them. He says that Heroes of the Storm is more so casual. It's more easier for you to jump in. Of course, it gets really advanced and there's a lot of mechanics to it. But overall, it's real easy to jump into.
Leveling up's easier. As far as like, I don't know, every game that I've played so far, I've enjoyed. Even the ones I've lost, because I was playing with like characters that I didn't feel overwhelmed, you know what I mean? Like no one team, even when I was like on a team that was losing, it wasn't like we were losing really like bad. It was neck and neck. You know what I mean? It was a pretty close game. I enjoyed that. It's kind of cool to see. I mean, I don't know any of the names of any of the characters from any of Blizzard's games, but I recognize them because, you know, I've had plenty of friends that play Diablo, World of Warcraft, you know, Overwatch, and I'm forgetting the other one.
StarCraft?
StarCraft, yeah. Yes. StarCraft. And I recognize those characters, but I don't know anything about them. So it's kind of cool because it opens a whole new window of just
I think that's the point. It's like, oh, you like that character? Well, he's in this game. Go play that game. You go play that game.
Yeah.
And then it just opens up your scope of like
how freaking smart is that of them to do that too? You know,
it's huge, dude.
That's a huge sales tactic. Like they just ninja'd their way right in there.
It's like the Smash Bros tactic, dude.
Oh, absolutely. You know, it's really cool because you can play as your favorite character from like these titles that they've released and that you might be a fan of. You know, me, I don't know crap about it. I'm not gonna claim I do, but I enjoy it. Cool. So that's what I've been up to lately. How about you?
So recently I got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Switch. It's
so
really
jealous.
good. It's really good.
So jealous.
I'm gonna say I didn't play Mario Kart 8 when it was on the Wii U. I played it on the Wii. The Wii was fantastic. Dominated that game. Playing this one is good. The only thing is, and I would recommend you have to get a Pro controller when you play this game.
Really?
The only reason why is because there's been multiple times when, unless the Joy-Cons are connected to the Switch, but if they're not, and I've been using the Joy-Con grip, or I've been using it individually sideways, and I have one and another person has one, the left Joy-Con has been going out a lot for me, dude.
Really?
Yeah, and so I've been playing, and I'm like on like second place, and then I'm trying to to drift, and it just goes out.
What do you think it's the cause of? Do you think it's just...
Well, the thing is that somebody went and sent it back to Nintendo.
Yeah.
Well, they first opened it up, looked at it, see if there's anything wrong, closed it back up, sent it to Nintendo. Nintendo brought it back, and when they opened it up again, supposedly they sprayed on this foam over the sensor area to where it's like the Bluetooth sensor. Mm-hmm. And what the foam kind of does to an extent is that it just blocks off interference between other things. So a lot of people say if you have your phone next to it, it can interfere with it. But
really?
that's not. I'm not gonna always play Mario Kart and just throw it to the side because I like having it next to me. You know,
No,
maybe I'm listening to music.
That's the convenience of having a Switch, is to be able to take it on the go with all your other devices. Yeah. Take it anywhere. I mean, that's what their whole advertisement scheme was based upon. That, you know, showing people on airplanes and everywhere just playing their Switch.
Yeah.
So,
and the thing is, like, it works great when they're connected to the Switch. No problem whatsoever. Mm-hmm. And so now I'm just playing Mario Kart not on my TV anymore. I'm just playing it like this on my tablet on my sofa. Mm. And so, what I was planning on doing was sitting down, having Mario Kart play and just play with it, and have like a podcast running right here. Mm-hmm. Now it's switched. Now it's switched.
It took me a second to get that. I was like, why is he looking at me like that?
So it's switched to where now I'm just playing on my tablet and have a movie or a TV show playing. Yeah. Which is probably better for me now. That way I can just indulge in just more stuff.
You don't, when your wife walks in on you, you don't look like a complete crazy person.
Right.
Like, what are you doing? Nothing?
Watching O.J. Simpson and playing Mario Kart.
Right? The glove didn't fit.
So that's been going well. On top of that, I just got Little Nightmares.
Okay.
It's a small little game by a small company.
And I've read some reviews about that. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, dude, it looks really, really cool. I actually got a little figurine.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a part of a special collector's edition for $35.99, and so it came with the poster, the soundtrack, and a little figurine. This one right here.
It's just a figurine. It's not an amiibo. Or
No. This is a PlayStation 4.
Okay.
And so it's a little figurine. Let me see if I can get up to the camera a little bit. The camera will focus a little bit on it. No. Would you like to focus? There you go. This is a little figurine right here, guys. I love it. Love it a lot. But yeah, man, it's been going so well. And the game is extremely scary.
Oh, I like that. They even put the face details in there.
Yeah. No, don't worry about it, Nick. I got it. Don't worry about it.
Do they talk about? I mean, have you played it at all? I mean, I've watched the reviews on it, but I watched PewDiePie play it.
Yeah, so I played it. Started off. What you've seen of PewDiePie is, I guess, it's a whole separate area of the game.
Really?
Because I haven't even gone to that part yet.
Okay.
So I started playing it, and you wake up in just like your bed, or if I think it was a briefcase. Mm-hmm. And so I wake up, and it's a side scroller. You go.
Yeah.
And the game is, a lot of it is just environmental scares. Mm-hmm. Like, you're just walking, and you're just a little kid, and you feel vulnerable with a little lighter to light up the room. And so one moment that got me spooked, dude, was I was walking in through a door, and it was like a nursery. And so, like, babies were in their cradles, just, just swinging back and forth. So in the foreground, there's the cradle, mm-hmm. and in the background, there's like a couple other cradles. And right down the middle of the area was a door in the background. Yeah. And so I walked in. As I walked in, the door in the background creaked open a little bit, and I just dashed underneath the cradle. A bassinet, my bad. Bassinet. Mm. So I dashed underneath the bassinet, and this monster walked in with, like, its arms were like the length of this plus a length of this, doubled that. So it was like these extra long arms.
The length of like two arms put together.
Yeah. Okay. Like this part and the forearm put together, like it was like that long. Walking in and just staring at the babies, and I was like underneath the bassinet, and it was right there looking down at the baby where I was. I was terrified. I was like, what the heck is gonna happen?
There's got to be some deeper meaning to the story, you know what I mean?
No, yeah, for sure. I haven't gone far enough yet to understand what's going on yet.
Like, maybe it's just a frightened child's perception of the world around her.
That's exactly what I thought. I've been thinking, so far what I think is
it reminds
this
me of
child,
Limbo. It sounds like Limbo.
Yeah.
Kinda.
What I think is going on is that this child is stuck into the nightmares of other people. And so when he was in that room with the bassinets, it was the nightmares of the little kids.
Is this a boy? You think it's a boy?
I think it's a boy, yeah.
Let me check. No. I'm kidding.
No, so I think it's a little boy, but the game so far I haven't gone into it enough.
Yeah.
to say what exactly is going on in the story. I would do have to say that there's puzzles in it, phenomenal puzzles. So yeah, I'm digging the game a lot.
Man.
And on top of that, today I have pre-ordered Destiny 2 and I pre-ordered Call of Duty World War II, which is a good segue because Call of Duty World War II will be our topic for 7.3, episode 7.3. Call of Duty World War II has been announced.
Yes.
Is the next COD game coming out this year.
I know you're excited about it.
I am very excited about it. There's a lot of different ideas, a lot of different people's feedbacks and thoughts on this whole thing.
Yeah.
What are you thinking about this whole thing? You're a Call of Duty fan, and you know about Call of Duty.
I
so
freaking love Call of Duty. I've been playing it since I was like a little kid, since like the first game out. The World War II thing is cool. I'm all about it. But it just seems like, I don't know, what's next after this, though? That's my whole thing. It's like, this is cool. They're focusing on, like, it seems like from the trailer, they're focusing on Big Red 1 company and, like, their story, you know? So that's cool. But also, it's like, you know, most of the war games have already been done, so it's like, what else can they do, really? You know what I mean? It's cool, but it's like, all right, like, what are we getting that's different from the other titles? You know what I mean? You took us, the Call of Duty series took us so far into the future. We got all these advanced weapons, jetpacks, you know, robotic arms, legs, cyborg people, robots in general. You know, that's all great and dandy, you know, but what happens now? Like, they're going back, you know, is the reception going to be as good as, you know, Battlefield 1, where they went back to World War 1? I mean, that's a great, I liked it. I know you didn't really care for it too much.
The thing with Battlefield 1 was that I felt like it was trying a little too hard to be realistic, which I've heard a lot of people enjoy it. I can very well be in the minority. So I didn't like it too much because I guess I was so used to Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, Infinite Warfare. I was just used to it.
But you're a fan of Call of Duty. That's what you started playing first, right?
Yeah.
So my thing is, are you going to feel the same way like with like this one because it's going back and you're used to the more futuristic stuff?
Yeah.
And because I mean, I started playing like Medal of Honor, Call of Duty, and Battlefield when they were like all old school. You know what I mean? Like,
back on the Xbox.
Yeah.
So real quick, Call of Duty World War II, it's coming out by Sledgehammer. Sledgehammer, they last made, if I'm not mistaken, Advanced Warfare. So
which was okay.
Which I mean,
I didn't think it was great.
It was the first of its kind.
One, yeah, it was the first one you played.
It was the first Call of Duty that I really sunk my feet into and like really engrossed myself in it.
Yeah.
And that was the first game of its kind where you got a big actor to come out in. You got Kevin Spacey as the main villain.
Yeah.
And you had Troy Baker, who lent himself into that role as like he was able to be up there with Kevin Spacey, you know. So that was the first of its kind. And I feel like Sledgehammer games are the ones who are pushing the series a little further, you know. So World War II is coming out. It's coming out PS4, Xbox One, PC. It is a big name actors coming out. A Transformers actor, Josh Duhamel.
Yeah, I know who he is.
So he is gonna be like the lead actor in it, and I know there's a couple more actors in it.
He's shown in the trailer, so
yeah.
Yeah.
And so
he's a good actor. I like him. You know, so hopefully like they do him justice. Maybe elevate his little status, you know, a little bit with that. That'd be kind of cool.
And the thing is that I know Activision has spoken to where they want to bring the Call of Duty franchise to a more cinematic realm. I know they wanted to make like the Call of Duty cinematic universe. I know that was the thing that they talked about. I don't know how that's going to go. But here's my thing. Before we get into what World War II is all about, I think what this is this is a advertising trick to where the sequels to this will be Call of Duty World War II, Call of Duty Vietnam, Call of Duty, Pearl Harbor, something like that, Okinawa kind of thing.
Pearl Harbor happened in World War II.
Well, that's the thing. But the thing is,
so you're talking about like like Call of Duty War in the Pacific or something like that. Where
like they break it down more and more. And I think so. The game starts off, and the campaign is a very singular campaign.
Now, do you think those could just be DLCs, like different types, where like you focus more on like Europe, or you focus more on the Pacific, or do you think there's going to be Call of Duty World War II? It says World War II, so it's not discriminating whether it's just, you know, World War II in Europe or World War II that took place in the Pacific as well against Japan. So my whole thing is, are we gonna see both of those? Because those were big points in World War II. Both of those, they were that was World War II right
Yeah.
there.
The thing
So-
is that I think that Call of Duty, whenever they do DLC, it's never a DLC for the story. It's always more map packs.
Yeah.
So that has worked well for Activision for a long time. I think they might keep it up, and they might want to keep the stories for more games down the road. Okay?
I feel like they're going to have to go. I mean, it's a Call of Duty title, so regardless, there's always going to be that fanboy base is always going to buy these games. But
Yeah.
for like people like me on the fence about it, I mean, I would like to see this title just be super expansive. Like I want to see World War II be like super expansive. Like hours of gameplay. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
a long ass storyline that keeps you. Because like you said, they want to move into the more cinematic universe. So like make a game that's like more like a long movie.
Yeah.
You know?
So Nick, real fast, search up the first Black Ops in history. I'm trying to figure that out in regards to when were the first Black Ops like known in history written.
Black Ops. Are you talking about
In like history, like
Oh.
not in the gaming franchise.
Oh, it's like covert ops. It's like that's why they call them Black Ops because like, hence you ever see like you ever play Black Ops? You see all the letters and sentences that are marked out with like pens, right?
Okay, so Nick just sent me a link right now. Thanks, man. That says that the first covert ops happened in World War II.
Yeah.
Now this, you know what this means though, is that I know we're kind of getting away from Call of Duty World War II, but this is just real quick talking about what's coming next. What I think Treyarch can do is that they were make, because they're the ones who make Black Ops.
Yeah.
If Treyarch's were to come out and their next game be Black Ops, well, it's like World War II underneath it, Black Ops.
Yeah.
Like the first covert ops or something like that, Like they go back in time, and not only that is it like it's like a little hint at, we're the ones who made Black Ops, but we're gonna take it from way back then, and make you way more stealthy. I think that'll work out, right?
I think it could because I mean, so Black Ops takes place in the 60s, right?
Yeah.
60s and 70s, and further on like 80s, and eventually goes into the future. But that would make sense because, like, I mean, you take it from 1943 to 1945, World War II, right? After that, you got the 50s. So I imagine, like, the CIA and FBI kind of start, taking grounds on what they can do for espionage and stuff like that. So, I mean, I don't see this game being espionage focused. Maybe, like you said, maybe the second one, if they make, like, a spin-off of this one, maybe, but...
Yeah. So this is coming straight from Trusted Reviews. It says that Call of Duty World War II is the next entry in the blockbuster shooter franchise. Developed by Sledgehammer Games, the latest installment will take players to a variety of historical battle locations set across the Second World War. The solo campaign will follow the U.S. 1st Infantry Division as they fight their way across Europe during the height of the bloody conflict. Missions will span from D-Day beach landings to the Battle of the Bulge. Playing primarily as an inexperienced Private Daniels, there will also be a mission that puts you in the shoes of a woman fighting in the French resistance, which we can talk about that in a little bit. The solo campaign will contain plenty of other characters too. It is clear Sledgehammer wants to tell a detailed, accurate story regarding the infamous historical event. I am so excited for this campaign.
It's just, okay, you're excited. I think it's BS right now.
Really?
I think it's BS. Why I think it's BS? Because what are they doing? Look at Battlefield 1, right? They put you in the shoes of different characters
didn't
over
like
different
that.
battles. That's the same thing they're doing. With diversity, they're throwing a woman in there. That's cool. I'm all about diversity, but that's a ploy for more sales, which is smart. But at the same time, too, I
agree.
It's like, really? Like, make the whole game maybe about, like, female fighters and resistance armies. You know
I
what
agree.
mean? Cool. But, like...
Don't have
they're
diversity
doing this,
just diversity's sake.
Yeah, just to make sales,
Yeah.
because then it's just like...
Yes.
It's a cop-out. They're basically taking what they learned from Battlefield 1 and applying it to this game
Yes.
in World War II.
So
that's the only thing that flusters me. I'm sure it'll be a great game still, but it's ridiculous that it's not an original idea. You know what I mean?
So the thing is that it says that it primarily is the experience of Private Daniels. There will also be a mission that puts you in the shoes of a woman fighting in the French resistance. I'm pretty sure 90% of the game is all through Daniel's eyes.
Yeah.
And that one small part is through that woman's shoes just to bring in the female crowd.
Yeah.
Sorry to say it.
Absolutely.
We're not sexist in any kind of way. But the thing is that I enjoy when a female is the protagonist.
I think, yeah, maybe,
but just to do it for diversity's sake,
Yeah.
no. If it affects the story, then yes.
Yeah.
I would have liked it if 100% was Daniels, 100%, because then we get this real tight written story
Right.
that tells a beginning and the end.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about this, because it seems like that's what they're
or
doing.
if we just had a story focused on the woman who's fighting the French Resistance.
Yes.
Just had a whole game just
Yes.
focused on her. That would be great.
I would be totally for that.
Oh,
you know?
absolutely.
Like if the front cover changed from a dude looking in the front with a dirty face and it was just a woman,
Yeah.
I'd still buy it.
Beaten up with a gun and a bayonet over her
Yeah,
arm, right?
I would have still pre-ordered that.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know. And with that being said,
That's
it
like
also
with like
comes
the whole stepping in the shoes. Okay, so Battlefield 1, they added like a black guy you could play as, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, why not just make a game focused around like, African Americans in the military and women and stuff like that? That would
and the
be
thing
great.
is, you didn't even play with him that long. It was only the
No,
intro.
he was like a second, right?
And
like,
they advertised that so strongly.
yeah.
I don't like that. You know?
Get sales.
And the thing is that the thing with Battlefield 1 was that it was jumping story to story to story. I never felt like I was engrossed in it. You
Yeah.
know, in one person. I'm hoping that I'm able to get engrossed in Daniel's story and his team.
Mm-hmm.
That way, I can get that emotional connection with them.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm so excited for the campaign in this game. I've never been excited for campaigns in Call of Duty games before, other than Advanced Warfare, and Infinite Warfare was pretty good. This one's making me even more excited.
Yeah.
So I can't wait. Another thing is, there's going to be zombies coming. It's a Nazi zombies co-op campaign mode. Has been teased, although we currently know a little about it. It will contain an original story separate from the trials of Private Daniels as the Third Reich tries in vain to create
Third
an
Reich.
unstoppable
It's Reich, yeah.
Third Reich, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Tries in vain to create an unstoppable army in the closing hours of World War II. It is about the Battle of Dunkirk as a potential location of the new mode. So there's a zombies
cool.
mode in it. You
That's
okay
really
with that?
cool. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
okay with that.
I
I'm
like
not
it
big
too.
on zombies in the first place, but something that goes back and does more of a zombies origin story.
Yes.
That's cool.
Because all the other zombies have
All
been
about
like
it.
Black Ops 3.
Yeah.
The zombies in that game was like back in like the 60s with Jeff Goldblum being one of the playable characters and everything.
Machete
you know?
and stuff.
Yeah, dude, yeah, he was even in it. It
Yeah.
was weird. It was really weird.
Yeah.
So it is what it is, but I'm glad that it's going back in time.
And it's
along
supposed
with
to
what
be
you're
weird
doing.
too, because I mean it's supposed to be sci-fi. You're supposed to tap into that whole
Yeah.
like weird mysticism that the Nazis brought. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like them tapping into devil worship and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that it's cool.
Yeah,
cool.
it's
They
like
wanna
it's an
bring that
interesting
in.
story.
Yeah.
I also like how they're doing Dunkirk. It might be the battle location.
Yeah.
Because Dunkirk, that's coming out by Christopher Nolan.
I wonder if they got
is probably
inspiration from that. I wonder if they were like, hey,
not only
well,
that, but I think they also thought, let's link them together. Like, let's say Dunkirk, because we're gonna get a lot of advertisement off of Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
So, I think that's smart thinking on them. You know.
Yeah.
Another thing is multiplayer will be coming along. Again, this is from Trusted Reviews saying, while the big reveal isn't coming until E3 in June, we do have a few tiny details regarding the online multiplayer. Players will partake in brutal boots on the ground combat across some iconic World War II locales. One big new feature is headquarters, an all-new social tool allowing for creative modes and multiplayer interaction with your PS4, Xbox One, and PC buddies. So what it is like, it's gonna be like a hub area. Before you get into the battle, there's gonna be a part called headquarters where you're just mingling with everybody for a little bit, kind of like Destiny to an extent, where you're like there and other players are around. Another thing is that the hub area is supposed to be like a Blizzard World of Warcraft kind of thing. They also announced that there's going to be female playable characters in the multiplayer as well.
Yeah, I'm all about that. Again,
Was there females
it goes back
fighting in the war though in World War II?
Well, yeah, like if they have a French Resistance Army lady like in there, but yeah, and men and women did take different roles during that time. You know what I mean? Like women weren't fighting in combat. You know what I mean? There's women in the Air Force at the time. They were like, okay, you look at Pearl Harbor for example. A lot of them were nurses, medical nurses and stuff like that. Corpsmen, Air Force, a lot of stuff like that. But I mean, they weren't allowed to be in combat.
Yeah.
Because of the whole stigma behind it. You know what I mean? So.
And there's also a multiplayer beta coming out if you pre-ordered it, which I have my code ready, so I'm gonna be jumping.
I'm
into
sure
that
there's
beta.
a lot of more positions too that women were in during the military, like during World War II. I can't think of them off.
I'm so naive to it.
Yeah.
So don't like dog on us. We just don't know.
Enlighten us with comments.
Yeah, just let us know in the comments. Give us links too in history. If there's a thing about it, I would love to know. I'll go read it.
We are all about that. So.
Yes. And the game is released November 3rd this year. So excited about Call of Duty World War II. You're a little bit on the fence.
I'm a little on the fence.
Last thoughts.
Last thoughts. I think it has the potential to be a great game, but it also has potential to be a wreck. I think that it can go either way. If the storyline's great and they have a great multiplayer, which is highly unlikely because you either get one or the other from most titles like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's it. I just think I'm still on the fence. I probably will be until it gets closer to that day.
Yeah. I'm very excited for this game. I'm excited for the campaign. I'm a little iffy on the multiplayer. A campaign that's boots on the ground, shooting, that's okay because I'm playing a story, you know?
Yeah.
When it comes to multiplayer, I'm a little iffy because I don't know if I'll be able to adjust well after playing Infinite Warfare and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, I hope so. I think Activision's going in a great, they're doing the right moves right now. And they're trying to be more cinematic, which I love. Because the more and more they do that, the more and more we can get closer to a Saving Private Ryan type of game, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's what we kind of want.
Yeah.
And so,
I agree with you on that completely.
So, thanks guys for joining us here on episode 7.3 of the Morning Game & Watch Drop. This is just us talking about Call of Duty World War II. Stay tuned for the next part. We'll be talking about the new Nintendo 2DS XL. Stay tuned, y'all.